Hello everyone, welcome to 30 Minutes Learning. Today we're going to discuss about OData configuration in SAPUI5 we're going to integrate Apex open source chart library. Okay, so in this video we're going to split three parts. First we're going to configure our OData, then we're going to change our OData response to Apex library format. Then third step we're going to integrate Apex library to our project. Okay, let's go to see that first step, OData configuration. So in this video we're going to use that Northwind OData services. It's a free one. Go to Google and search Northwind OData and click that OData test services. So this is the service URL. Okay, then these are the collections. So just take these collections, sales by categories, just copy and paste it in the top URL and click. Now we get that XML format output. So this format we're going to change JSON. We don't worry about format conversion. Just if you use that some additional parameters like a question mark and first parameter, so dollar and format equal JSON, then it automatically convert to JSON. So OData have that lot of options like this. So this is one of the option. I just going to format. I already have some JSON formatter. So just reload. Then now you can see. So we have that 77 items in the results. So OData always return the result. So result only having that all informations. Okay, so this sales by category, we have that category ID and the category name and the product name and product sales. So this data based, we're going to create a one new chart, Apex chart in our project. Okay, so just copy this URL. Okay, then I paste it here. So same URL only I pasted here. For your explanation, I just changing the color. So first, up to service.odata.org, this is service URL. It's domain. Okay, next v2 to up to Northwind.svc, this is called service path. This is additional information, path information. Then next we add that sales by category, right? So this, it's called collections entity, different names we have. So simply we called collections. And last one, question mark, dollar symbol and format and equal to JSON. This is additional parameter. Like we can add some filter also. So in this video, it's this information is enough for OData information. So we going to configure OData in our cloud platform. So how we going to reach SAP cloud platform? Very simple. Just go to WebIDE and click that tools and SAP cloud platform cockpit. Click here. It navigate to our corresponding cloud platform. Now you see it's a destination under the connectivity. So click that destination. Here we are going to create a new destination for our Northwind. So click that new destination and give the destination name I given here. So name Northwind. And description Northwind OData service. URL, we can use this URL. Then we're going to add some additional properties. So click that new property, then copy this first property name, WebIDEEnabled. It's true. Then WebIDESystem. So click that add new property, then Northwind underscore data. This is the value. Then add another one new property, WebIDEUsage. Then value OData gen. So this is configuration for Northwind. Just save this information. For testing connection, in the bottom you can see that check connections button, right? So click here. You see, if you see the 200 and OK respond, then your connection is successfully integrated with our cloud platform. Okay. So next we configure our OData. So next step, we're going to create a new project, and in the project we're going to integrate our destination. So go to WebIDE and right click and go to project from template, select that SAPUI5 application, click next, project name OData Apex, then namespace dev, click next and finish. I already created Apex library based one video last time, but that video I explain Apex library with some hard coded value. So this video we're going to use some real-time information like OData integration. Okay, just expand that web app folder, then click that view. Here we're going to add one button. So this button text get data. So event name called on get. Okay, so whenever I click this button, I'm going to fetch some information, this information to our project. This is our first intent. So I created one button here. Then next step, I'm going to test this app. Just select that project folder and click that green button and select that index.html. Click OK. Then next page it will navigate and it will open our project execution. Okay, so our button is created here. So our project is working. Okay, now go to manifest.json. Click here. Then you can see this code version and descriptor editor in the bottom. This manifest JSON only having this option descriptor editor. Okay, so click that descriptor editor. Here you can see that lot of options: settings, data services, model, routing, and navigations. Here we're going to add OData services. So click that data source. Here add that OData services. Click. Here you can see a lot of options. Here we're going to choose that service URL. Then select our system. Our system name Northwind. We created a name as a Northwind, right? So this Northwind we're going to select Northwind. Then next step, relative URL. This relative URL, it's nothing but we already know about that service path, right? So that service path and relative URL both are the same. So give that service path in the relative URL. Just copy and paste and check the test connection. So it will bring that all collection information. You can see it's sales by category and product by category, everything. So this one you can see here also. This collection information only shown here. If you see, then our destination configure very good and our project connected to our destination. This connectivity, everything is good. Then click next. Here we need to create a new model. So we can, if you have any default model, then create new model. If you don't have that any default model, then you don't worry about, just use that use default model and click next and finish. So our OData services created here. If you click, then you can see that you are our additional service path. Then if you click that model, here we create a new model called default. If you click that code editor, it's automatically create some code based on our descriptor editor. So data source, it's added Northwind, and this is our services, and our default model. If you see, it's a model. We have that one is I18N and the next one default model. So it's no naming here. So this one we created successfully. So that's all for OData configuration in the project. Just save and go to our view. So here we have that one event called onGet, right? So this event based, we're going to create a one new function in the controller, v1 controller.js, add new function, onGet. So whenever click that button, this function it will trigger. So here I'm going to add one model. We have that Northwind model we added, right? So that model we're going to use here. So var o model equal to new sap.py.model dot OData dot v2 dot OData model. Then if you see, it's automatically suggests something. It's a service URL and parameters, right? So we're going to give that just service URL. So our service URL, you already given that service URL, right? If you see that service path, this is a service URL. Just copy this line, just paste here inside the model, then save. Then we have the lot of methods for this OData model. So one of the method called read. So if you see, it's also giving some suggestion, spath and m parameters. That means after it's a service URL, then next we're going to give that path. So this path is indicate collections. Then next parameters, it's additional information, like once we get that data, then success method it will return something. If we get that error, then error rated messages and error code it will return. If you don't know about this OData, I will quickly explain where you get the details. Go to Google and SAPUI5 SDK and click that first one. Now you have that this screen, right? You see this. So click that API references and in the filter just type OData. Then you see this OData namespace, under you have that lot of options. So here under v2 version, it's a v2 means version 2 and v4 means version 4. So we're going to use that v2 version. So v2 under OData model, this class only we are using here. If you see, it's a OData and version 2 and OData model. So similarly, it's namespace and OData v2 and OData model. So in this class under we have that lot of methods, you see. So one of the method called it's a read method. So click that read. Then here you can see that first one spath and the m parameter. So spath is you just give that collection information, like any one of the collection information, category or order, subtotal, anything in the list. Okay. So next option, it's parameter. So this m parameter, it's a returning one, so mostly we're going to use that success parameter and error parameter and filters. So this video I will explain this success parameter. So this success return a function. Okay, so just copy this success, then we're going to add. So first one, it's a collection information, then returning success function. So success function return data. So first console.log data, we print this information. Okay, so this collection we're going to copy sales by category, and give that formation question mark and dollar format is equal to json. It will return that json. Okay, so this is on get function return that OData information. We test our function. Just refresh and click the F12 button or right click and inspect this page. Then you can see the developer console. So here just clear everything and go to network page, and here also just clear everything. Then click that get data. So we get that metadata 404. Okay, go to console. So get way to Northwind and Northwind.svc and metadata. So we get that 404 error. Just refresh our application, this whole application, because uh, sometimes it happening. So just refresh our full application WebIDE. Change loading of metadata failed. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, okay, just save and check that manifest JSON one time. Code inspector and data source, it's not doing there, and default model, it's there. Okay, then click that new app JSON. Here we have that Northwind. So everything, it's perfectly we coded already. Just refresh our application, then clear Okay, this time also we get the same error, metadata failed. Okay, we check again our code, anything if missing. Sales by category and format. So model and read. Okay, I think this everything is good. So SAPUI model v2. This both classes are same. Okay. Okay, one important thing I missed that here. So here we just give the path, right? So instead of path, we need to add something additional information, like we added our data sources, right? So this data sources name Northwind. If you see, the destination is Northwind. Just copy this destination name, then give the Northwind name here. Okay, then only it will work. Sorry, I forgot to add that destination name before the service URL. This only making a issue. Okay, save and refresh once our application. This time clear everything and get data. Now you see we get that 200 result. One, it's a D and the entity given. Okay, it's entity given some result. So this not 20. Okay, this batch. So dollar batch, this will return our information. So this dollar batch, we already console something this data, right? So this data we can see in the console also. So this console returns 77 results. It's items. So if you go to here, just copy this full URL and paste it here. If you collapse this, then 77 items it's there. So this result we get here, array of 77. Okay, so we get that some information. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another one function. This function acts as some callback. Whenever our application load, that on in it, I'm going to call that function and store that value in one variable. So I'm going to create another one function called get data, and function. So here it returned that some callback, another one function. Okay, so just copy this code and put it here, and remove that console log, give that cb. That's all. So this cb return this value. So this get data we're going to call inside the on init. So this dot get data, this dot get data, then this cb act as a callback. So we're going to give a callback function. You can give function or arrow function you can use. It's just giving a red message, unexpected token, but don't worry, it's working. So this return value data, so give that one parameter and give that value here. So before adding calling this function, we're going to add another one general parameter. It's a global parameter it will act. Okay, so this dot json data. So this is a general parameter. This parameter we're going to store our all information, then save. We're going to console this .json data in the onGet. So console.log on this data. So if I refresh this application, that time it automatically brings that full result. Whenever I get that data, then this console log will work. So this .json, it will store that information, this OData information. Okay, so just refresh and we will check our application. Clear that console and clear that network also. And okay, this time it's a network not will work because we not call, because we already called that OData. This time just reading the parameter, global parameter, so it will return. Just clear and click, you see, return. How many times it you give this function, it will console this value. Okay, so this value, it's binded with the results. So I'm going to use the for each method. So for each function, so we have that this dot data having value, the next value is results. So next one result. So here we're going to add for each function. So for which it will return that another one function inside. So we're going to add another one function. This also arrow function. Here we're going to give that value. So this value we're going to console.log value. So this time we're going to split 77 items individually. So just refresh and clear the console and click that get data. Now you see all information we split up 77 items. So this value we're going to format. So how we going to format and which format we are going to use, don't worry, I will explain why we going to format changing. So go to apexchart.com. Just go to that apexchart.com, then you see that main page. So here just go to documentation. The first step, they give an installation. So this CDN we're going to use in our project. So next step, create your first job. click here. This is the option, and this option only we're going to change our parameter. So we have that data like product name and product sales. So this product name and product sales, this value, this data and category. So this data act as product sales, okay, this value, and this category act as product name. This formation only we're going to format. So just two parameter we needed for spreading our information. One is a product name and one is a product sale. So just copy this where option. It's fully just copy and put the bottom. So this is the default value. So instead of this default value, we're going to add data and categories. We're going to create a two parameter. First, where category, it's an array, so I give that array. So next one is a data, this also array. We have that 77 array item inside the for each, right? So this for each we're going to push our information. It's a product name and the product sales. So just copy this product name and dot product name and remove this log and give that categories dot push. Then next step, I just copy this line and the data, change this category and data, and the product name, instead of product name we're going to use the product sale. So just copy that product sales and paste here. Okay, so it looks good. So here we just split our data, and this variable we process here, categories and data. So this option for line type chart. Okay, so this series name is a sales. We're going to change based on our collection name. It's a collection name, sales by chart categories. So sales by category. Then next one we're going to get some DOM value. So this chart we're going to create. So this, for this chart create, we're going to add another one HTML content in the view. So here first we're going to add that namespace, XML namespace called core. So give that sap.py.core. Then call this core, then HTML. So this time simply I type here, then you will understand. I'm just going to add div. So this div inside id, this id called chart, Okay, so this value we're going to put inside the HTML content. So we're going to change this less than and greater than and double quotes. So HTML element we're going to change like some text. I will show you how to do this one. So first property is a content. So this content we're going to change our less than symbol. So less than symbol we're going to change like ampersand and lt. So first step we change this less than. Okay, so copy this less than symbol and change everything. Then next greater than. So just put instead of L put that G letter, then it's act as a greater than. Then next step we're going to change this double quotes. So instead of double quote we're going to add the ampersand QUOT and colon. Okay, this colon missing, just put here and change everywhere the colon. Okay, just check one time. So less than, this less than where it will finishing, it's greater than symbol, then one less than symbol it start and one greater than symbol it stop. So here give the chart name, it's an ID. Okay, we get something, we get some error. Content dollar, sorry, compression. We get that this error. Okay, let's check our application, then we know why we get this error in the console logs. Okay, so go to our apex.library, click that installation and take this line and paste inside the index.html, then that CDN it will load automatically. Just refresh. Clear everything, click that get data, go to console, element not found, apex charts 14. Okay, actually this element content spelling mistake, sorry, just refresh again, this time it will work definitely. Okay, I think next time, this time we're missing something, I believe we get something error, get data, it return error. Okay, so 14th line. why we get this error. lt div. So next step, add quad and chart. Okay, this space, it's very important. Don't give that space in between this double quote, this ampersand and quote. And here also change, remove the space between here and here also. Div. Okay, div and space one div. Okay, save, just save and refresh. Okay, just clear everything and click that get data. Okay, great. Now you see our chart, it will work. So the first value, we can check that choi, it's a 4887. This value we're going to check in the results. This first value choi and 4887. This value is the first one. You see our OData based Apex chart. Now it will working. So these are the additional functionality. These are the Apex functionality. Just minimize, close, and zoom in, zoom out, and you can move anything. Just expand something, then click here and it will move, and just zoom out. Okay, this information we already discussed in the last video. So our main topic, it's working. Okay, thank you, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and turn on the notification for my future videos. Thank you, bye.